kind of wear a tie. Button up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says the world can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Joining me tonight, we got Devin.
Hey, it's me, Devin.
And we got Rob.
Hey, everybody, it's Rob.
And we got Matilda yelping at the door.
Yeah, I heard. I was
A
waiting until
cold
the
little
introduction to go get her.
puppy.
She's not cold. She got a fur coat. It's like 50 out there.
You know who's the asshole? Matilda. No. So tonight we're doing something a little different. I don't know if we've done something similar to this, I think, but we've never actually done this on SU.
A lot of these are not going to be like nearly as like jovial and funny. Like a lot of these are, some of these are like more like serious. So it's like, you know, you're probably not going to get like the roars laughters of like a Yahoo Answers.
Oh,
but
that's what it was. Yahoo Answers that we did last time.
Yeah, you're not going to get
I
like
tripped
a
on a
roars
rake
like,
and got my girlfriend pregnant.
yeah, you're not going to get too much of those in this situation.
All right, so explain to me what these are, Devin, specifically.
Basically, it's so we're going through Reddit. Am I the asshole? Basically, it is people who have life situations pop up. Like I'm going to pick one that I'm not going to read and just read the title. Let's see.
Because I take it like the more funny "Am I the assholes" that you would find would be very blatantly, most of the time, like very cut and dry. Whereas normally these things are probably meant to have debates over and discussions, and like are they very definitively cut and dry, these things, or
not always. I mean, so by the title, sometimes you're like, oh, this is like this guy may be an asshole, but then we start getting into like because they'll usually like ask like the headline title and then they'll post like the story behind it,
right?
And then you read the story and kind of your own opinion. Some of them are like absolutely cut and dry. You're like, you know, you're 100% the asshole, or you're 100% right.
All right.
Like, this is one that's kind of, like, stupid, and clearly this person is kind of, like, doesn't understand logic, but whatever. But I haven't, like, read this, so there could be a reasoning behind his feelings. But this one, like I said, we're not going to read this one, but am I the asshole for refusing to be on time to work until my boss talks to me about it?
I mean, just based off that headline, yeah, probably.
Yeah. But, like, some of those are, like, those. And then you have other ones that are like, am I the asshole for calling my girlfriend's sister emotionally manipulative?
If you're telling the truth, then no.
Yeah.
Although I
mean,
guess some people would say yes, because it's like, okay, well, if you don't have something constructive or nice to say, then you can the other option is just keep your mouth shut about it. But if it's causing problems, yeah, okay, okay. All right, I can see where these things are going to go. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a couple of these Am I the Assholes? Devin's going to read the stories, and then we'll discuss and figure out if we all agree or if only some of us agree.
So this one, given the fact that this has a job interview at AITA in it, I'm assuming this takes place in the UK. AITA is a supermarket chain. It's a British supermarket chain, so I'm assuming it takes place somewhere in the UK. But yeah, so this one is, am I the asshole for skipping my mother's 5th wedding to go to a job interview at AITA? So for the past few months, I, 26 female, have been unemployed and desperate for a job. And I finally got an opportunity for a job at AITA, in parentheses, a popular British supermarket. But the date overlapped with my 52-year-old mother's 5th wedding. Over the span of my life, my mother has been in over 50 relationships, only five lasting more than 2 months. As a child, this really distressed me, as I had many random men coming into my house frequently, and my mom was pretty much neglecting me throughout this. My dad left when I was 4, after my mother cheated on him with 6 guys. I found this out a lot later. And I didn't have contact with him until I was 18. After all my mother's relationships and 4 divorces, she finally insists she has found the right man and invited me to their wedding 2 weeks before my interview, and I realized they were the same date. I figured that going to the interview would benefit me more than the wedding and decided to go to the interview instead. I assumed my mother wouldn't mind, as I had attended every wedding before that, but I was wrong. She was very angry at me, and my whole family has been calling to tell me how much of an asshole I am for missing my mother's big day. I did get the job, though, and now I am financially stable enough to afford rent for my 1-bedroom flat, and I do not regret a thing. Am I the asshole?
Okay. I'm immediately going to say no. I don't think this girl's the asshole. You know, this is her mother's big day, but she's had 4 other big days before this.
I'm sure she'll catch the next wedding.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, maybe, just tell your mother you'll set aside, a personal sick day or whatever, some personal time off for the next wedding. No, I think she made the right choice, and fuck the family.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, you're quick to say fuck the family because I know how some of your family is, but
this is the mother's 5th wedding.
Yeah, but still, like, if she's in good terms with her mom, I don't, like, if she doesn't talk to her mom or anything, like, if they have no relationship anymore and they don't talk, yeah, okay, don't go to the wedding. On the other, if she does, though, it's like, it's not that hard to say, hey, when they say, oh, can you come in this for an interview, to say, hey, that's my mom's wedding, could I come in earlier or later? It's not that difficult, especially for a grocery store chain. Like, they interview people all the time.
The AITA rep, we don't know that. But no, I got you. So, I personally feel like not the asshole. I feel, okay, I'll say this. I feel like not the asshole. I do think the mom is justified if she wants to be mad. I don't think the family should be calling her, telling her how much of an asshole she is for not going to the wedding. If the mom wants to be mad for her not being there, that's fine. I think that's okay. But personally, I still feel like she's not the asshole in the situation. Because at the end of the day, going to her mom's wedding is not necessarily going to get her pay her rent.
Well, too, and if the mother and the daughter are on good terms, or at least not at each other's throats, then, maybe the daughter opting to go to a job interview instead will really open the mother's eyes as far as, like, her dating lifestyle. Like, is this one, like, the one? Hey, maybe. And if it is, awesome. But 4 other marriages have proven otherwise so far, so I think the daughter rolled the dice on statistics, and I don't know, I think she made the right choice. And that's coming from, like, I love my mother. I do. I'm a mama's boy, but, like, if she had 4 marriages prior and then wanted me to come to another one, nah.
Yeah, but you hate people, so.
I don't hate my mom, though.
No, I know, but going to a wedding, there's a lot of other people besides your mom.
Oh, for sure. I also hate weddings. So, but, I don't know. I can see it both ways, but I think she made the right choice, regardless.
Yeah, I feel she made the right choice. Like I said, I think the mom is justified in being angry, but I don't feel like she's also the asshole either.
I feel that she is the asshole.
Okay. So there you go. So two of us feel she's the asshole, or not the asshole, and one Rod feels she is the asshole.
And listeners, feel free to write us either on Facebook, on the Simply Unprofessional Facebook page, or if you have, we give our Twitters out at the end of every episode. Feel free to tweet us, or if you have any other way of getting a hold of us, let us know what you think on each of these stories. Whether if you agree or disagree about what we choose. I'm
And
curious.
for me, letting you guys know ahead of time, if some of these have names listed, I'm going to assume they've already done the work of changing the names in the post, and so I'm not going to be altering the names. If they posted the names of the people they're talking about in the post, I'm going to read it as posted. I'm not going to be altering the names because I'm going to assume they've already done so, or
Yep.
all parties involved have consented to have their names
Yep.
in here.
I'm going to take my medicine while you read the next one.
All right. So the next one. All right. Am I the asshole for not allowing my girlfriend to go on a trip? You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to read the headline. So let's go just off the headline of the post.
Oh,
How are you
you want
guys
to see if the
feeling?
story changes our minds?
Yes.
All right. So far we're just judging, is he the asshole for not letting his girlfriend go on a trip?
Yes.
I would say yes.
I don't know. It's hard to judge because you know what kind of trip it is. Could be a trip to space, and she's not an astronaut. But I would also agree with Webby and say yes because we don't have the context.
Am I the asshole for not letting my girlfriend go on a trip to space? She's not even an astronaut. She works at the Astromart in whatever. It's the girl from the last story.
All right. So now I'm going to get into it.
All right. Well, what do you think? Do you think they're an asshole?
I mean, I've skimmed the story, but I've skimmed the story a little bit, but off the title of it, I mean, I'd say yes. It sounds like yes. So, I mean, I actually think it still might be the case, but anyway. So, my girlfriend is on an exchange program for 6 months, so it's a long distance relationship. While she was there, she met this guy who's also on an exchange program, and after a few interactions, has shown an interest in my girlfriend. It could honestly have been mistaken for banter, but honestly, even my girlfriend thinks he has a slight interest in my girlfriend, and he has even joked about chasing her. Now, the issue is my girlfriend wants to go on a trip with him because all of her roommates won't be at home for a while, and she wants to travel around the country instead of being alone at home. Or else she feels like she has wasted this opportunity provided by the exchange program to be able to travel around so often. She doesn't want to be alone at home, and she can't travel alone because it can be quite dangerous. And I agree with her. The guy wants to travel during this period, so he offered to travel together with her to another country for a week. I have commitments in my home country, so I can't travel with her during this period either. So am I the asshole for not letting her go on this trip? I trust her, but I do not trust the guy at all. I don't think anything will happen from this trip as well, but it makes me feel uncomfortable and I'm being insecure here. I understand that from her point of view, it is just a trip with a friend, and she really wants to go on a trip before the exchange program ends. And there is an edit for visibility. So there's some wording issues here. He says he didn't outright restrict her from going. I told her how I felt, but I let her decide what she wants to do. But I'm glad I worded it wrongly. The harsher comments help me understand how selfish I am. So what do you guys feel about that now?
So, my issue gets hung up, and I see guys do this all the time, talking about, being insecure and talking about their girlfriends and stuff like this. Essentially, I mean, I'm glad he changed. He made the changes and said that he didn't forbid her on to going, because then he's definitely the asshole. But the thing is it's like he says he trusts her, but he obviously doesn't to a degree. Otherwise, he wouldn't have a problem with her going regardless. Because even if this guy makes a move on her, he should have enough trust in her not to reciprocate. And if she does reciprocate, dude, it wasn't going to work out anyway.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I trust her. I just don't trust him. It's like, then that means you don't trust her.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like, it's not. I mean, you can not trust him, but then what that's got to do with trusting her? It's like just a thing people say to make it sound like they trust the person, but then they don't.
Yeah. They're trying to justify their actions to other people by saying that, and that's not the case. Now, am I going to say he's the asshole for not wanting her to go? I mean, no, that's his own insecurities, and that's something he has to fight with. But I mean, everybody has insecurities to some degree. But if he told her, "Hey, you're not going," then yeah, he's the asshole. But just by stating, he did the right thing according to this story by sitting down, explaining how he feels to his girlfriend, and then letting her make the choice. So
Yeah, I mean, he should trust her enough to let her go. I mean, he could tell her how he feels, yeah. But one of the things is, like, she told him that the other guy flirted with her and wanted to, like, she could have just hid all that and not said anything.
yeah,
Like, she trusted you enough to be like, oh yeah, he's hit on me before, blah, 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 blah. Like, she told him that and then still said she wanted to go on the trip with him. It's like, if she had hid that and then, I don't know. It just seems like he should be putting more trust in her than he is.
I agree. I think I think he's an asshole for not trusting her and then coming off saying that he does. But I think he went about this situation, I guess, the most adult way that he could, with the insecurities that he does have, and having the conversation with her and letting her make the choice. So with that, based off of the title, seeing as though he let her make the choice, I don't think he's the asshole. I think he has trust issues. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has trust issues. I do think he's the asshole. Well, okay, off the title, since he didn't, I'm on the same boat. Since he didn't like outright forbid her from going, like he just like, you're not going on this trip. I don't think he's the asshole. I do think, like you said, he has trust issues. But again, if she got pissed at him for not trusting her, I would 100% side with her in that one. If he like laid out like, oh hey, I don't trust this dude.
Yeah, but I mean that's
I don't trust.
separate...
But I'm saying, but then right, that's the whole thing. So I mean, that's the whole thing. But I mean, overall, like I don't think he's the asshole. But on the title alone, the title, yeah, I felt he was the asshole. But I don't think he's the asshole specifically. But
Yeah, I mean that's where trust comes in. Trust is a really kind of a fickle thing. It's like, you want to be able to have complete trust in somebody else. And some people can, some people can't, but some people, some of the people who can't do try to cope with that. Like they try to work on it, and I think that's showing improvement, but like, if I had a significant other and they were like, "Hey, I want to go for on a vacation with some friends," I'd be like, "Go for it." Like part of me would wonder, like, I would worry the whole time. Not necessarily that people are hitting on her or that she's, cheating on me or whatever, but I mean, sometimes traveling, depending on where you go, especially, can be extremely dangerous. And I would be nonstop worrying the entire time. But that's because I'm a worrier. Like, I worry about everything. And that's something that I will have to either get over, or the person that I'm with will have to accept from me. But I'm not gonna, I don't know. I like to think that I would trust people. So, no, yeah. Final vote. I don't think he's the asshole. I think he potentially can be an asshole, but just not in this scenario. Not with those edits that you said. If we were led to believe like he just outright told his girlfriend, "Nah, you ain't going," then yeah, that's a whole separate issue.
Yeah. There you go.
So we're all in agreement on that one?
We're all saying not the asshole?
That's what I'm thinking.
No, I said he was the asshole.
I thought you said he was. I thought me and you were pretty much the same boat. Like he wasn't an asshole, but he has trust issues, which makes him an asshole. But that's not but that's not what we're basing it. We're basing him not wanting his girlfriend to go.
Yeah, but then who's the asshole in that scenario?
No one.
That's the whole point of the who's the am I the asshole?
No, doesn't. This is him asking.
Is it me or is it them kind of thing?
Well,
No, that's not the whole point of it. That's not the whole point of the subreddit. There doesn't always have to be an asshole. Both people can be right, or both can be assholes.
I think he did the most adult thing by talking to his girlfriend, explaining his issues with it, and then letting her decide.
Yeah. Now, he didn't say, he put, stipulations, I'm telling you right now, if you decide on this trip, we're breaking up. But I'm going to assume he didn't do that. So, I mean, I don't, I just think he did the mature thing, expressed the things he didn't like about it. And in my opinion, I mean, he talked about it. Yeah, I mean, probably should have and could have trusted her to, just not even had to bring it up on the fact of trust. But again, that boils down to trust issues, not so much him being an asshole.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
All right. Well, Rob thinks he's an asshole.
All right. So that's 2-1 again.
Yep.
I think I just closed out. I closed out the wrong thing. There we go. Over there. Boom. Am I the asshole? My roommate expected me to take care of her cat while she went away without asking. So, what's your take on before the story?
Well, see, I think me and Rob have kind of an inside look on this.
You do, I mean, I was going to say, you and Rob, Rob is a dog. If Rob just went out of town.
So far, I've taken care of Matilda once because Rob went out of town, but it was a planned thing. I knew.
Well, I'm saying, but let's say Rob just went out of town and didn't plan anything. It was kind of urgent last minute. He didn't have a chance to plan anything. He just went out of town. But it's your roommates, so he's expecting you to take care of Matilda.
Yeah, I get it. Would honestly
would he be
just
an
depend
asshole
on
in that situation.
I think it would honestly depend on the reasoning why.
Yeah. I mean, I also it's if you didn't take care of the cat, yes, you're an asshole. If you took care of the cat and then complained about it afterwards then no. But if you just sat there and let the cat starve to death and didn't give it water because you were then yes, you're an asshole.
I'm not gonna begrudgingly starve Matilda and not take care of her because Rob just left. It's not Matilda's fault. I'm not gonna punish her. I might have choice words for Rob when he gets home, but again, those words, that can be tampered or tempered rather based off of his reasoning for leaving. Like if there was a family emergency and I wasn't awake yet or something and he just GTFO'd to get down to Connecticut as fast as he could, that's fine. It's a family emergency, this, that, the other thing. If he just fucking left to go to the beach to hang out with some dude, no, you're getting a fucking mouthful when you get home. Okay? That's all I'm going to say.
But Webby, I go to my family all the time. There's there's very slim chance that a guy would invite me to the beach. I gotta go.
No, then you take your dog with you. He has to love you and your dog.
She's terrible at the beach. Well, I don't love her at the beach. Anyway.
Yeah, okay, so let's hear the story. Let's hear the reasoning why they left.
All right, so what's the consensus? Asshole or no?
This one I literally can't decide just based off the title.
Yeah. I don't know. I will say yes, because it seems like it's implying that they did not take care of the cat.
Okay. So Rob is going to limb and say the person asking this question is the asshole. Based on just what the surface, the way the question's worded, surface level. Rob's going with that.
Yeah, and I literally can't make a decision.
Webby says not enough information.
Yeah.
Webby's taking the coward's way out. I get you.
I really am.
All right. I understand. All right. So I have a trip planned to go visit a friend I haven't seen since before the pandemic, and there's only a really small window for me to go. And I've given over a month's notice, but the same weekend she's going to be I've given her over a month's notice, as in the roommate. She's going to be out, but the same weekend she's going to be out of town without actually telling me the dates ahead of time. She assumed I'd take care of her cat while she was away, the cat who barely likes me as it is. And I've said no. Tickets are already booked, and I'm going. I've told her that it's not my responsibility to make sure her cat's taken care of, and I'm not changing my plans. And now she's pissed. Am I the asshole?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's a hard no on this one. This individual has already told their roommate, no, I can't. I'm going out of town. Or I'm not going to be home to do it. And then their roommate just decided to GTFO and leave the cat there regardless.
Yep.
Well, I don't think she did. I think she's mad because she has to stay and take care of the cat now.
Or she has to find, board the cat or find something else.
Oh, no, you have to do something that involves taking care of your own goddamn animal. I'm sorry, if I had a trip to, say, go see Devin in Michigan, and Rob was like, well, can you watch Matilda that weekend? And I said no, and then Rob just decided to wake up fucking 9 hours earlier than me to leave.
That would be the biggest dick move ever.
Yeah, it really would. And I honestly think I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't leave Matilda here by herself, regardless.
You'd open the door and let the bears do what the bears do.
No, I'd either end up canceling my trip, and then Rob would find a new place to live, or I would bring Matilda down.
I would not blame you.
Or I would bring Matilda down to a dog kennel and give them Rob's name and say charge twice as much for however long.
Yeah, I really don't like the idea of leaving her in a kennel.
Yeah. So remember that next time you say that you have to go down to Connecticut for a holiday, and say, "Oh, so you're going to take Matilda with you?"
I'm not going to take her with me.
Well, one of these times you might have to, because what if I'm not home?
She can stay home by herself
for an entire fucking day.
Yeah, when I used to go to work for 8 hours, she would fine by herself. That's why I wouldn't stay over. It would be a 1 day trip like I do now. She'll be fine as long as I let her out in the morning and then as soon as I get back.
All right.
Rob says that goes back to the house. It's tore up.
It has never happened.
That or Matilda jumps on Overwatch and just tanks his KD.
I mean, I've gone and I've laid down.
It's already in the garbage.
I've gone and I've laid down for an hour. Come out, Matilda
she just deletes
dumped
Overwatch.
Over my trash can.
Greatest move ever.
Yeah. I used to leave her home alone before I had a roommate, all the time.
And how often would she get into things, though? That's the thing.
She wouldn't.
She's gotten into my trash twice so far. While we're home, even.
Yeah, it's because while we're home. If she's here alone, she gets so depressed that she just lays on the bed and does nothing. She literally won't even eat. I don't think she drinks, because it's usually when I came home from work, she'd be like, water.
Start barking into her water bowl again. All right. So no, I think we all definitively know that person's not the asshole. The other roommate is.
Yes.
A lot. Hi, Matilda. We were talking about you.
But yeah, if we went to somewhere together, though, if we were still planning to go to New Jersey or Pennsylvania or whatever, then yeah, I would have to put her in a kennel, but I wouldn't like it.
Or we'd have to bring her with us. Which
I guess we could try bringing her with us, but...
No.
Oh.
Somebody's like, no.
Yeah, I guess we could try no. No, that's not happening.
Maybe I'll beg your mother. Be like, could you just stay here a couple of days? Oh my god.
I was like, no, I'll come back there and reorganize.
I mean, there's a chance that she would come. Oh, fuck that. God damn it, you're right. She would.
She's like, while you're gone, she's like, I was looking in the kitchen and I just didn't like this anymore. So
she already wants to move the kitchen to a whole new part of the house.
Yeah.
She wants to do all sorts of shit.
Maybe we'll come back and you'll have your new bathroom.
Webby's like, yeah, no, fuck that. It's not happening.
Ma, don't get no ideas.
Webby comes back, he just doesn't have his room is updated completely. He's like, oh no, this is not right. Everything's over. It's ruined. My life's out.
God dang it. You guys had me on board until you were like, oh yeah, Webby's mom would just change the whole house around. Because I was going to say, there's a good possibility she would come, like if we were going to be gone for an entire weekend, like Friday through Sunday or whatever, there'd be a good chance that she'd be able to come out. She'd come out here and like make sure she had food and water and let her out and, take care of her a little bit. She wouldn't, I don't think she'd stay here.
Hey, there's not a doubt in my mind she'd do that, but then, like I said, like I fully expect her to like
oh yeah, I'd have a new computer. I would have a new computer desk that I didn't want.
Start like replacing your old stuff with new stuff.
Yep, she would. I love my mother, but her heart's in the right place. But man, her thought process really isn't sometimes. Anyway, next one before my mom's like starts.
I get to meet her in about 3
you're
weeks.
talking shit, aren't you?
I get to meet her in about 3 weeks, about 2.5 weeks. I get to meet her.
Yep. My mom's favorite son, Devin.
Yes.
Her second favorite, Rob.
To be fair, everybody's parents I meet, they want to adopt me. So, to be fair.
Yeah, most parents really like me too.
Like my roommate, the people I'm staying with now, I went up north with them to her parents' house one time. And while I was there, I couldn't sleep because I don't sleep much. I couldn't sleep, so I did all the dishes in the kitchen. Listening to music, so like they wake up, they come downstairs, and all the dishes. I'm like, I don't know where this stuff goes. So I just had it all like laying out on the island, but like stacked up in order. Like all the plates were stacked and everything, like by like size and organized by and everything. And I'm like, I don't know where this stuff goes, but it's all clean.
My mom will come by. She'll do dishes. She'll put them all away, and then Rob just can't find anything.
Her dad's like, "You did this?" I'm like, "Oh, I did. I couldn't go to sleep." He's like, if you want to move in, he's like, I don't know.
I was just gonna say. Stop talking, Devin, or what? Mom is going to make you come live with us. Someone who does dishes.
She already said if I committed to move there, she'd kick the people out upstairs. Which Webby's like, now that I think about it, that is a good idea.
I wanted you to move here forever.
I know, but he's like, also it would get rid of the people upstairs.
Yes. We're not going to talk about the neighbors because I don't need any type of incriminating vocal evidence recorded somewhere. Let's just say I've already had to call the cops on them once.
Good job. I'm proud of you. But yeah, so.
Oh, shit.
Asshole.
I don't know why you would want to, but. Sorry, I just saw a D&D question pop up on my feed.
The better question is Nicholas the Giant, Webby.
Oh, I guess you can't. All right.
Nicholas the Giant. Nick Cage the Giant. God damn it. Nick Cage the Giant.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, I know this one's going to hit close to home to Webby.
Oh, boy.
Only because it deals with the sister.
Sister's the asshole.
Am I the asshole for going on trips without one sister because she is religious and ruins things?
Nah. Do the right thing and go on trips without the family. Period.
She's religious and ruins things. I just like the way that was like worded. She's religious and ruins things.
I mean, I don't think you should use that as the excuse why you don't bring your sister.
I mean, the ruins things part's fine. I mean, religious is like whatever, but...
I mean, religion ruins everything.
I mean, maybe. All right, so... 10 years ago, when I was having my 21st birthday, I decided that I wanted to go to Vegas. I had the whole trip planned... Here, Webby, I'm going to... send you.
Oh, sure. You're going to take this phone call.
It won't be forever.
Where are you sending it? All right. Let's see. Okay, Devin's gonna go take a phone call. I'm gonna read this out loud here. 10 years ago, when I was having my 21st birthday, I decided that I wanted to go to Vegas. I had the whole trip planned out. My older sister decided they wanted to come. Oh, my older sisters decided they wanted to come along with our cousin Gail. I got my own room while they decided to room together. Gail, the cousin, and Vera, the middle sister, are 2 years older than me. Christina is 5 years older. Gail and Vera ended up moving to my room with me because Christina was the worst person to room with. She was a horrible addition to the trip, and we ended up telling her to just do her own thing. She wanted to be in bed early. She wanted to go see a musical instead of going clubbing. She wanted to eat early, then wake up early. I love Christina, but this was not a great trip. We still talk about how horrible it was. We actually stayed 3 more days after dropping Christina off at the airport just so we could have a stress-free time. It was amazing. We had a great time. And so we started doing stuff without Christina. We went camping with our boyfriends. We went on a booze cruise. We went to Ireland together. Sometimes we just had a small road trip to see something cool, and it was amazing. We still did things with Christina. We just didn't do anything that would make her uncomfortable. No drinking, no clubs, nothing late at night, and nothing when her kids were home from school. And it worked out really well until my mom let it slip where Gail, Vera, and I went this past week. We went up to my boyfriend's family cabin, which they rent out to fishermen near a lake. It's not really glamorous, but there are enough places to sleep for 6 people. Christina had tried to call us asking if we could watch the girls while they visited family in a hospital a few towns over. Mom took the kids but said we wouldn't likely answer their phone anytime soon as we were going to be gone in the woods for a week. When we got back, Christina confronted Vera and myself, asking why we didn't invite her and the kids to a lake. I said we didn't want to. It was a time to just relax, and she has an issue with us not being married, drinking, etc., so why would she want to come? She asked how long we've been doing stuff like this. I was honest and said 10 years. Since the Vegas trip, I just said we did all the stuff we like without her and just did things with her and the kids when we had the time. She left really upset and called us assholes. Am I the asshole?
We do all the things we want without you, and we hang out with you when we have time. It's like, that sounds very bashful.
So, alright. I am going to agree. Yes, I think this person is an asshole.
Mm-hmm. From the title, I was like, maybe not, but after hearing it, yeah, asshole.
Now, I mean, that's the thing, though, is like, is this Christy? Like, I feel like there's another side to this story that we're not getting from that sister, from the Christina sister or whatever. Like, she likes going to bed semi-early. She likes eating early. She likes getting up early, and she'd rather go to a play than a club.
Yeah, okay. That's one of the things I was like, I'd rather go to a play than a club.
Yeah, so... no, that's fine. But if you're in a group of people who all want to go to the club and they enjoy clubbing, that's the thing. Is I would just say, hey, we really want to go to the club, so why don't you go to the play then? And yeah, I'd be fine if somebody told me that. Like, I'm not a club person.
Yeah. She could still go, like, yeah, have her go to the club and you guys go to or have you guys go to the club and have her go to the play.
Yeah.
It's like, and then if somebody else was like, oh, you know, I'm going to go to play with Christina instead of the club. It's like, it's their choice. Yeah. It's like, you can like, have the most of the day together.
Yeah, and if this sister wants to crash early, so what? You know?
Yeah.
They had a separate room, you know? Let her go crash early. Let her go with you to do the things that she feels comfortable doing. Now, it would be different if you know, if they were going to the club or if they were going to go drinking and this, that, and the other thing, and this sister was berating them the whole time, then yeah, that's different. Then I'd be like, you know what? Then don't fucking come with us then. And don't get mad when we don't invite you. Period.
Yeah, if she was following you around going like, oh my god, I can't believe you're drinking. Exactly. Why are we here? Everything's too loud, blah, blah, blah. then yeah, she shouldn't have gone with you.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But
Like,
the way you're telling the story, it sounds like you're the asshole. Sorry.
yeah, exactly. I agree. And like I said, I feel like there's another side to this, like from Christina's perspective, that we're not hearing. Because I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Is like with these "Am I the assholes?" It's one person writing it in, so they're going to be truthful where they want to be truthful, and they're going to leave things out if they want to leave things out.
Mhm.
It is one person's perspective. But I don't know. Coming from somebody who, if I went on a trip, I wouldn't ask any of my family. I mean, I might take my mom somewhere if I was going somewhere really cool. Like if I had the opportunity and the means to go to like Ireland and I thought my mom would really like it, I would bring my mom and whoever else to Ireland with me. But I'm not. I don't think I'd bring any of my other family. I took an axe to my family tree. So, and does that make me an asshole? Sure, maybe. Uh, I don't care though, so I would never write into a column asking if I'm the asshole, because frankly, I don't really care. So, I mean, that's another thing too. Is if this person wrote in, they care enough about their sister to ask if they're the asshole in this situation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you care about your sister that much or enough like that, then invite her and just tell her, hey, this and like this we're going to go do X, Y, and Z. If you do not want to do X, Y, and Z, then you should really consider not coming. But at least the invite is out there.
I like how you try to see the best in people, but the "Am I the asshole?" Reddit is more like, these people think I'm an asshole. This is the situation. I want validation from strangers on the internet that it's not my fault. That's more what it's like
Well,
than yeah.
I don't know. Then I mean, they could really spin they should really spin the stories to make themselves look better because this person did not look good.
No, I mean they could, but yeah, that because they're so adamant that they can't, like they usually tell most of the truth. Yeah,
I gotcha.
and then people are like, no. So then sometimes they're like, oh, okay, but sometimes they just start arguing with the people on Reddit. And they're like, fuck you.
What's this? Comment as DM Webby. What are your thoughts? I should say you're the asshole.
Yeah, so a lot of people they have YTA, which is you're the asshole. Sometimes people just put that, or there's NTA, not the asshole. But some people like put reasons behind it. Some people just mention those. There's also a not the asshole Twitter.
There's a lot of people here who don't think that this person's the asshole.
Mm.
You handled this perfectly and gracefully. I applaud you. No, you didn't.
No.
There was nothing graceful about keeping your sister in the fucking dark for 10 years.
Yeah, also the whole fucking comment about we do the things that we want, and then when we have time, we hang out with you. It's like, wow, just that sentence alone, you're the asshole.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's rough. And I mean, honestly, what was it for a birthday that they went to Vegas?
I think so.
I mean, that should be something like it. Like if I was going for like a big event, if I was the type of person who would want to go to Vegas for that, and like I had some friends with me who wanted to go out to the bars and just drink and have a good time, but then I had friends like you and Devin and stuff who wanted to go. Say there was a convention in town or something.
Yeah.
I would do the right thing and divide my time. I'd say, you know what, fine, the convention is this day. We'll go during the day or something, and then I'm going to go to the bar for a few hours at night and blah, 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 and whatever. I mean, I don't know. They're an asshole, regardless. Devin, are you back yet?
Yeah. Also, the part about the Because also she's like, oh, it was all fine until my mother let it slip. And there was like the story of the mother letting it slip was something about she needed an emergency contact for her kids, and they're like, they're going to be in the woods. It's like, how is this like that? You're even an asshole to your mom.
I guess the mother's the asshole in this for letting it slip.
Yeah.
You've been lying to your sister. Which, man, some of these comments, I swear.
Also, it's like, oh, what about the mother? Like, did the mother know they were secretly going out behind the other sister's back and just kept it from her the whole time? Or was she also oblivious about them ditching her? I
don't understand. Like, there are so many people who are siding with this person. I don't know. Like, I've been around super religious people before, and it's just like, I don't know. They love you enough to want to spend time with you. That should mean something to you. Like, I don't know. Well, Devin only linked me this one. I don't know where to find other ones because I don't ever go on Reddit.
Well, I don't have the thing open, but I do know a couple of the ones because I follow the Twitter, the Am I the Asshole Twitter, and they post like interesting stories sometimes. So the one I read recently was I don't have it to read, so I'm mostly going off of memory. Was am I the asshole for going to the same restaurant as my husband's family? So I don't know off of that if you want.
I mean, it depends. Did they invite you and you made up some reason why you couldn't go? And then you decided to go to the same fucking restaurant? Because that doesn't necessarily make you an asshole. Like, you are, but that makes you dumber than anything.
Sorry, guys, I'm back.
All right.
I appreciate you.
We established, contrary to the comments below it, me and Rob both agreed that lady was an asshole for doing
for not inviting her religious sister who ruins everything.
Yeah, or just the way she treats her religious sister.
There you go.
And
Boom.
the mother.
There you go. Boom. All right.
Pop quiz to the fellow. Hold on. Pop quiz for the fellow DMs because this came across my Facebook. Can you cast banishment on yourself?
I don't think so.
The answer is the second you cast banishment on yourself, the effect ends.
So you can, but it does nothing.
Yes, it would waste a spell slot.
Well, also too, no, if I'm not mistaken, how can you cast? Well, you need a mirror to cast banishment on yourself because you have to be able to see the creature, which you can't really see yourself. But I mean, that's an introspective question.
See your hands.
That's an introspective question that we can get to at another day. Because it's like, what defines seeing oneself?
It was answered that if you cast banishment on yourself, it instantly ends since it's a concentration spell and you just incapacitated yourself.
Now the question is, if you dismember an individual, can you cast banishment on the limb, on the dismembered limb?
Why would you need to?
Just because it would be hilariously funny. Well, let's say it was a creature that can reattach limbs. Like it could grab the limb and reattach it. Could you banish the limb?
I don't think you can banish just a limb. You would have to banish I guess whatever would be considered the creature, which would be like.
And how does banishment work on swarms? How does banishment work on swarms? Does it banish the entirety of the swarm?
No, because you can attempt to send one creature that you could see to another plane of existence.
Cool.
So.
All right, so back on topic now?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, you're good. Back on topic. Oh, on the topic of sisters. Am I the asshole because I do not want to sell my structured settlement in order to give my sister a loan so she may have surgery?
Wait, what?
Am I the asshole because I do not want to sell my structured settlement
What
in
does that
order
mean?
to give basically like it's basically like an annuity or something, or like a settlement for a lawsuit or whatever it may be. But the settlement ends up being like, hey, we will give you, I'm going to just throw out a number. We will give you $5,000 a month for 10 years or whatever the settlement may be. But let's say you want all the money right now. You can go to places like JG Wentworth, and basically sell it. So like instead of getting $5,000, let's just go do math here, times 12 times 20. That's a lot of money, actually. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you know, it's only one. That's $1.2 million. So instead of us doing like selling, like saying, "Oh, I'm going to wait 20 years to get my $1.2 million," you can sell that. You can sell the rights to that structured settlement. You can sell it to like a law firm or sell it to like an individual party or whatever, and they may sell it. They may buy it for 80% of its value, right?
Right.
So they may go.
So they'll give you like,
buy it off
here's
you.
$750,000.
Yeah, here's like $900,000 or $750,000 when upfront cash. But we now own the rights to that settlement. So for the next 20 years, we're going to be getting paid every month. We're going to be getting paid your $5,000. So like So basically, am I the asshole because I do not want to sell my structured settlement in order to give my sister a loan so she may have surgery?
Okay, so this is going to be so we're doing it just based off of the title right now, right?
Off the title first, yep.
I'm going to have complete bias in this, and I'm going to say, no, you're not the asshole.
Rob?
I wouldn't sell mine for my sisters either.
I mean, it depends on what the surgery's for, I guess, but I'll say no to start with.
All right. So, if I make any mistakes, forgive me, as this is my first time posting here. I don't do much on Reddit.com outside of looking at my hobbies. When my father died, there was a legal settlement involving insurance. My mother would receive payments at set intervals. When my sister and I reached the age of 21, we would also start receiving payments. The payments can't be inherited or passed on, so they die with us. Shortly after she reached age 21, my sister did something where she sold her rights to receive payments to a financial institution or organization of some kind and receive a lump sum payment in exchange. My mother and I continue to receive the regular payments. My sister has asked me to sell my settlement as well. She needs to have surgery, but because it's not not a life-threatening situation, it's not the kind where they do the surgery first and ask questions later or act to save one's life. It is rather a quality of life issue. My understanding is multiple sinus polyps in both sides, causing breathing discomfort, but not suffocation, and osteoporosis in her face. She needs her sinuses cleaned out, for a lack of a better term, her nostrils cleared or enlarged, and a portion of rib to be taken to strengthen her nose and face area. It would be serious surgery. My sister does not have adequate health insurance currently. She looked into options through the state and government. She didn't qualify when she tried. I've offered to assist by giving her a portion of my next few settlement payments or assisting her with getting insurance through the state. I'm not willing to give up my settlement for a lump sum, though. My sister is pushing me to do so since she's out of options, and we have argued about this frequently. It has reached a stalemate. She states that I would not need to loan her the whole lump sum payment, just some of it. Why I feel as though I'm the asshole, the settlement payments to my mother saved us from a life of poverty or worse. When my father died, it was still legal to pay women less than men. Women could not get loans or credit in their own name until after I finished school and was an adult. The world was different then. My mother was left with 2 daughters under 2 years old and had no job or income herself. She had never even finished school. That settlement provided a home, food in our pantry, and warm clothing. We were far from rich, but we were not on the streets, nor did my mom have to remarry a man in a loveless marriage. To this day, I myself am always aware of my financial situation, although times have changed. That settlement is my safety net. Even now, that settlement pays for my mother's nursing home bills, the home sins bills, to the law office managing the settlement, and they pay. Knowing my mother is looked after is a great relief, especially since the settlement can't be transferred away from the law firm or altered now. Even if me and my sister wanted to sell my mom's settlement, we could not. It's a great comfort to me. And there you go.
Yeah,
So,
I
and
still
that-
don't
by
think this
the-
guy's the asshole.
By the end of that, just for clarity, she was talking about her mother's settlement is being handled by a law firm, and
Right.
basically is being used to pay for her, take care of her
Retirement
personal
home thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, but his is still a
So-
safety net for
Yeah.
himself.
So, but I mean, she's kind of viewing hers in the same sense of like, yeah, well, my kids or my family doesn't have to worry about me
Right.
when I get older, because then mine's going to be doing the same thing.
Yeah, I would say no. It's like, okay, first of all, the sister sold off the lump sum already. What did she do with that money?
Yeah,
Like, why doesn't she have
100%.
that
I was
for
thinking the
secret?
same exact thing.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
where'd you blow all your
And it's
shit
like-
on?
And then they said she can't get a loan. It's like, well, then clearly she's terrible with fucking money.
Yep.
Is she ever going to pay you back?
No.
Probably not. And it's not a life-threatening operation that she needs. So no.
Yeah, I mean, it's serious, but
It's like, and then she's like, oh, I offered to give her part of my payments for the next couple months and try to get her on insurance from the state. And she doesn't think that's good enough. It's like, fuck
Right.
you. Then I'm
Yeah.
not even going to help you with that either.
100%. Like
Like-
if somebody needed money, and I had the capability of helping with like, hey, I'll give you, whatever payment I'm getting every month, I'll give you a portion of that to help pay for this. But if they were like, no, that's not good enough, it's like, well, then you don't fucking get help from me. I
Yeah.
don't know what you want me to say. Like, the sister's ungrateful at this point. I think the sister's the asshole. 99% of the time, the sister's the asshole.
yes. So yeah, so also to give you guys the idea of the voting guidelines for the subreddit of Am I the Asshole? You have the YTA, which is You're the Asshole, NTA, Not the Asshole, ESH, Everyone Sucks Here, NAH, which is No Assholes Here, and then Info, which is Not Enough Info to make a call.
What was the one for They're the Asshole?
There's one for They're the Asshole. It's Everyone Sucks Here. So
No, I don't think everyone sucks here. I think
No,
just the
she's
sister's
not the
being an
asshole.
asshole.
Very much so. She's not the asshole. She doesn't have to worry anymore because she is not the asshole. That is the consensus.
Yeah, I don't think this person's an asshole for offering to help the way that they wanted to, and then not wanting to sell their settlement to help in a non-life-threatening surgery. It's like, I'm sorry, my financial stability is not going to ensure your quality of life. So,
Here you go, Webby.
you know what I'm really starting to think?
Webby.
I'm really starting to think that while we read Am I the Assholes, I'm the actual asshole.
Webby. I'm going to read this one because this one also hits home to
Okay.
you.
The
This
sister's
one's
the
posted
asshole.
This one's posted by user Little Kid Hater.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for reporting my neighbor to the landlord because of her kids?
No, not in the slightest. I don't even give a fuck what the rest of the story is. Nope. Because not only have I reported the stupid ass fucking kids upstairs to my landlord, but I've done it so much that the landlord has just told me to start calling the cops and, filing noise complaints with the police.
Because your mom's tired of getting your calls.
Huh?
That's because your mom's tired of getting your calls.
Yeah, she really is.
Well, I mean, she's happy to talk to you.
Yeah,
She's wants
yeah.
people, like,
She's, I
family,
don't know.
like,
The people
she wants to
upstairs-
actually hear your voice.
The people
But
upstairs
you know
are
what?
literally
You know what?
the worst.
You need to sell it more and be like, look, mom, if I keep calling the cops, I'm not going to call you as much. See, now this is an opportunity.
No. I don't like stressing my mom out, so I don't mind calling the cops.
I got you. All right. This guy says, you are the asshole for this, because he says, I'll try to be brief, and then proceeds to write 3 paragraphs. But I'll try to be brief. I live in a townhome. Webby's going to sneeze. We're going to pause for sneeze.
No, it's going away. Fuck.
All right.
All right.
All right. Am I the asshole for reporting my neighbor to the landlord because of her kids? I'll try to be brief. I live in a townhome. Every townhome in this community has a small fenced-in backyard that goes up to a sidewalk and it has 2 parking spaces against the sidewalk. In my lease, it is clearly stated that there is no playing or riding bikes, scooters, etc. in the parking lot, ever, and no bikes/scooters, etc. on the sidewalk. These are not public sidewalks, but are walkways along the back of the units. One of my neighbors, I'll call her Angela, is a single mom with 3 kids, guessing the ages I'd say 7, 6, and 4, or at least too young for kindergarten. I live in between her and another mom who Angela is friends with. I've overheard enough from them talking to know that Angela lost custody of her kids last fall and just got them back a few weeks ago. This is why I kind of feel like the asshole. On Saturday, Angela sent her kids outside to play. She was not out there with them, but I think she has the bigger 2 kids watch the youngest. They were all racing bikes around the parking lot, which is against the rules, but I have never reported it in the past because it didn't affect me and I don't like to snitch. The older 2 kids must have ditched a 4-year-old because she was just biking by herself on one of those push bikes with no pedals. I'm backing up into my parking spot so I can unload groceries, and my neighbor, not the mom, is in her car next to mine and honks and yells at the little girl because she wasn't looking and was about to ride up the sidewalk into my parking spot while I'm backing up into it. She yells at the little kid to stay away from cars. 15 minutes later, I go back out to put a new registration sticker on my car, and the little girl is still out there alone. She then rides right up beside my car, loses her balance, and hits my car with her front tire. There's no damage, but I'm pissed. But don't yell or swear. I tell the girl that she needs to stay away from my cars, and there's no playing in the parking lot. Little girl's mom walks by a few seconds after the impact and asks what happened. I tell her that her kid hit my car. She tells her kid the same, stay away from the cars. Sunday, her kids are back in the parking lot. Mom's not around, and they're riding by cars, and I'm between them again. I take my dog out to shit, and the little girl runs over to the edge of my yard, stares at me, and starts barking at my dog. I just stood there looking at her like, what the fuck? But she kept it up until I went back inside. I wasn't going to escalate the issue until that happened. I report the bike incident to the landlord. I name her address, and provide my security video of the 2 incidents by my car. And I'm very strongly worded about it. The landlord sends me notice that everyone there's absolutely no playing or biking in the parking lots for anyone, and then tells me they're writing up Angela for lease violations. I just wanted her kids to stay away from my cars and dogs. Am I the asshole?
No, not in the fucking slightest. In fact, you should have fucking had really strong words with the stupid bitch mother. You can tell this hits very close to home with me.
Mm-hmm.
No, fuck all of them. You know, fuck the older kids for ditching the little kid, okay? When they're all supposed to be out there fucking together. Fuck the mother for not being there and keeping an eye on them regardless, and letting them break the rules of the housing area or the apartment area. And, you know, fuck the whole lot of them. Fuck them. Get them evicted. Then they're not your problem anymore.
That is true, they're not.
You know, you could just do what I do and walk outside with a baseball bat. Just a friendly game of baseball out in my own yard.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetically. Even
So
I have very hypothetical words drawn on my baseball bat in Sharpie.
So Rob, how do you feel about this one?
Not the asshole.
I'm in the same boat, not the asshole. I mean, she could have been a real asshole and called the police and said she's leaving them alone, and they probably would have took her kids away from her again.
Yeah, no, she should have fucking done that too. Yeah, fuck it.
Yep.
You know what? Not only is this is the first time this has happened on SU. This is groundbreaking right here, okay? Not only is this lady not the asshole, round of applause. Clapping for her.
All right.
She done good. Come deal with my neighbor issues next. I think Devin's just specifically trying to find ones to like hit close to home with me now.
Oh no! I'm not. not. I promise.
I'm riled
This
up.
one's gonna-
I'm fired up. Let's do the last
This
two.
one's going to be
Fuck 'em.
touchy. I think this one's going to be a little touchy.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Just from the title alone, ooh, this is going to be touchy. If we had a different group of individuals as guests on this podcast, I foresee arguments happening already. But am I the asshole for telling my bridesmaid she'd have to lose weight if she wanted to be in my wedding?
Yes.
Rob saying yes.
Oh man, this is yeah. I can see how this is going to be a thing. Just based off the title, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying I haven't read this at all, so based off the title, I will say I'm saying yes. Also,
Like-
the asshole.
Oh man, see, this is going to be tough. Okay, before you read this, I'm going to say this. I do think it's an asshole-ish move to say something like that to your friends who you want to be part of, like your bridal party or whatever they're called. At the same time, I do get that it's a special day for the bride and that, people always try to appease the bride. So I'm trying to go into whatever you read next with some fashion of sympathy and empathy for the bride. But I really think it's going to be, I really think I'm just going to keep my same thing and say that the bride's the asshole. All right, go ahead. Read it up.
I have no sympathy for the bride because, for one thing, if that was the issue, that she just was like, oh, I want everything to be perfect and pretty, then don't ask your friend to be in it.
Yeah, but then that breaks open a whole different can of worms that's going to make
Yeah,
the
but
friend
it's
upset.
not
There's
the
no-
can of worms where you're like, you can be in it, but you need to lose weight. You're too fat to be my friend.
Right, well, either way, she's the asshole.
Yeah, I know.
In
I'm
either
just
situation,
saying it would be slightly less of an asshole to just not make her bridesmaid.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree.
I would rather that someone not invite me to their wedding than say like, "Oh, you can only come if you lose weight." I'd be like, "Fuck you!" Like that would make it worse.
I mean,
All right.
either way, I think she's
I'm
going
gonna
to
read-
be. Either way, I
I'm
think
gonna
she's
read
going
the
to be losing
story.
a friend over this.
I'm going to read the story. Let's see what the story says. See who's the asshole in this situation. Let's find out. All right. So, I, female 22, got engaged in late 2018 and plan to get married in mid 2020. Due to world events, the wedding was rescheduled to May this year. I invited 3 close friends and my soon-to-be son-in-law, I think, or sister-in-law, to be in my wedding party and paid for their dresses as well as any other associated costs. Between 2019, when my bridesmaids' dresses were purchased, and now, one bridesmaid, gonna call her Jane, had put on significant weight. In mid-2021, she started a fitness journey with the goal of getting back to her original weight. In February 2022, Jane came to me and told me she couldn't fit in her bridesmaid's dress and she needed a bigger dress. Since it had been 2 years since purchasing the dress, I obviously couldn't be returned. She gave it back since, but the value has significantly decreased, especially since the dress was now discontinued by the store itself. FYI, the bridesmaids' dresses weren't identical. We went with dresses that were well together, had a similar vibe. I spoke to Jane and told her how much I'd hopefully make from selling the dress, and told her I'd give her that amount to buy a new dress, but I wasn't able to buy another one for her. She got upset and told me it wasn't her fault she gained weight and couldn't fit into the dress anymore, and since I was the bride, I should pay for the new dress. I told her that it wasn't personal, and I'd have the same response for anyone else. I told her it didn't have to be expensive; it just had to fit the vibe or be somewhat similar to the old dress. I'm not a bridezilla or anything, so I don't care too much about what dress she chose to wear, and offered to help her find a new dress within budget. She said I was being an awful friend and shaming her for her weight. She said she couldn't afford a new dress and said I had to pay for her dress or she couldn't be at my wedding. I told her I couldn't pay more than I was offering for a new dress, and I understood that she couldn't be a bridesmaid, and I hoped she'd be able to make it to the wedding as a guest. I tried wrapping it up, but she wouldn't leave. She cheered up and called me cheap for not paying for a bridesmaid's dress since I'd pay for everyone else's, and that if I really wanted my friend there, I'd actually make an effort brought up how much we were spending for our wedding and how make an effort and brought up how much we were spending for our wedding and how an extra small purchase would be nothing. I won't lie, this did upset me. I told her if she didn't want to buy a new dress, the only other options was not to come or find a way to fit into the old dress. She broke down crying and ran out, and later told others in the bridal party that I told her that if she didn't lose weight, I was going to kick her out of the bridal party. Thankfully, I'd already talked to them before this, and they didn't believe it. But now I'm getting pressure to buy her a new dress so we can just move on and get over it. I feel like at this point, I'm unsure if I'm just being stubborn and the asshole, sticking to my decision and having a backbone, or both. Am I the asshole?
Okay.
I'm going to say
the
no.
story has completely changed my mind.
Yep, 100%. I'm with Rob on this. I feel probably for the same reason. Okay, first off, yeah, she bought all the bridesmaids' dresses.
Yeah,
she didn't buy everybody two of them. Okay,
I've been my whole family. My brother, me, and both my sisters have gotten married. None of us ever bought bridesmaids' dress. The bridesmaids bought their own dresses every time. Like, for her to buy you guys the dresses is a big thing. First off.
Yeah, and also, okay, unless there was a medical reason, when she said it's not her fault that she can't fit into it anymore, yes, it is. 100% it is. It is literally you're the only one to blame. Okay? That and maybe hostess. I don't know. Too many cupcakes? Like, listen, if I was a very specific size and Devin was like, hey, we're getting married, or he's getting married and then he wants me to be, in his groom party.
We got that $1 million donation.
That's right. And I had to get a tux, okay? You know what?
Yeah.
That's a motivation for me to stay at least the same size I am to fit in that tux. If I went to go put on that tux and I was like, oh, I got bigger, that's on me. I did that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the postponing of the wedding for 2 years because of COVID is kind of not her fault. Like, it's like, okay, a lot of people were staying in and eating because there was nothing else to do. It's okay.
Everybody put on some COVID weight, right? Everybody put on 15, 20 pounds of COVID weight. I get that, right?
Yeah.
But she went back, like it said, she went on a fitness journey. What was it?
But still,
she went on a fitness journey. Let me see.
Getting what she could for the non-fitting bridesmaid's dress, and then putting that towards a new one, and then just telling your bridesmaid, hey, you make up the difference and purchase whatever you want, as long as it's around the same vibe that we're going for here. That is so not unreasonable. And for this friend to turn around and cry and try to make the bride feel bad, nah, bitch, guess what? Don't even want you at the wedding now.
Yeah. Also, you can have dresses altered to fit. Unless she more than doubled in size, you could have taken it to a tailor and had it, let out to fit you.
Fucking the Emperor's New Groove. He looks at it, he's like, Krunk's like, nah, fam. This ain't gonna work. Krunk pulls out the needle and shit, looks at her, is like, nah.
This ain't happening. I need another 12 yards of fabric.
There's not enough sheep. I ain't got enough sheep to make enough fabric for this one. It ain't happening. So yeah, 100%. I think, context matters. This is a great example of context matters, people.
Mm-hmm.
Because just off the title, knee-jerk reaction, it's like, no, this person's an asshole. Why are they doing this? And then you read the story, you're like, oh no, the other person's the asshole.
Yeah.
So there you go. Context, baby.
All right. I mean, we're at the hour and 13 mark, so I think we could probably wrap it up there. We ended it when we all agreed on that last one. The fucking bridesmaids, the bitch. I mean, the asshole.
Yep.
She's something. She's something else. That's right. God dang it. I probably said some hurtful things when I went on that rant, huh?
You're fine.
I don't think I needed to make that hostess cupcake joke.
Probably not. You didn't need to, but you know what?
It came out in the heat of the moment. Okay, I got
fired
up again.
Webby, just like she is now, that joke was a little excessive.
A little excessive, yeah. She went from being like Lana Lang on Smallville to that Scottish guy on fucking
Austin Powers. Get
in my belly.
I haven't seen that movie in years. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
but that's fun.
jeez. Okay. Anyway, do we have a science corner this week?
Sort of. I have a short one.
All right.
Stop eating all the Golden Crisp apples, people. Stop. You're going to cause us to lose all the other kinds of apples.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because everyone can't. Like, they're very difficult to maintain, and all the orchards are switching over because there's a more demand for Golden Crisp apples than there are apples out there. So now they're changing, like Red Delicious and stuff are all changing their orchards over to Golden Crisp. Because everyone wants those. And they're really expensive because they're very hard to keep birds away from them. Sometimes they grow to the size of grapefruits, and then people don't want grapefruit apple. Their skin is easily turns brown because their trees can't suck in enough calcium, so people are just spraying trees with calcium.
Just imagine like your kid pulling an apple out of his lunch bag. It's just a fucking giant grapefruit sized fucking apple.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go to a school. Let's say somewhere between the ages of like 1st and 3rd grade, where I am a giant monster. And I'm going to find a kid who pulls out one of these Golden Crisp apples, and I'm going to smack it out of his hand and step on it. And I'm going to say, no, you're a bad person and you should feel bad. And then I'm going to leave because the police have probably been called on me at that point for being a psycho.
And then the week after that, Webby's going to be talking on a podcast like, that's why I'm not allowed within 50 feet of school.
And that's where I got a restraining order.
He's going to take Granny Smith apples instead, be like, no Honeycrisp, you eat this sour Granny Smith instead.
Or this Red Delicious, which is arguably pretty much the same. I don't know. But sure. All right, Devin, we got life advice other than
here's a nice gala. Take a gala apple.
Yeah.
Stay away from those Honeycrisps.
Fuck this. Here's a handful of crab apples. Enjoy, bitch.
Here's a bunch of Adam's apples. Don't ask where I got them.
Don't ask where I got them. Yeah, just wipe off all the blood.
Well, keeping in theme with apples.
Eat around the blood.
That's
what my mom used to always tell me whenever I was like, ew, this has something on it. She'd be like, eat around it. Sorry, go ahead, Devin. What's our life advice?
Keeping in theme with apples is if I have an apple and you have an apple and we exchange them, we both still have one apple. However, if I have an idea and you also have an idea and we exchange them, we both have 2 ideas. So, share your ideas, people.
Not your apples?
Not your apples.
Keep your goddamn apples to yourselves. All right. Well.
And if you want one that's a little more pertinent, is you either suffer, or not pertinent, but a little bit more, realistic here. You either suffer the pain of discipline or you suffer the pain of regret. There you go.
This is going to be a small little tangent from my perspective. And looking back on my life, right?
Maybe like my life.
I've had a lot of things where it's like, yeah, that wasn't great, or, this could have been better kind of moments. But honestly, my imperfect life, I have no regrets. I don't think I would change a single thing.
Nope.
Because I'm very much, and I've said this a million times to a million different people, I am such a firm believer that everything that I went through in my entire life, whether it be bad, good, or indifferent, has made me who I am today. And yeah,
Absolutely.
some people in my life might look at me and say, "Oh, well, you're just a fucking grumpy, shut-in hermit that, hates people." You're right. I'm not denying that. But I hate all the right people for all the right reasons instead of hating everybody for all the wrong reasons in life too, because the people that I do care about, who has shown me time and time and time again that they deserve to have that spot in my life, like you two. I wouldn't trade you guys for the world, but yet, I've, shoved off half my, family, like my brother and my sister, whatever. I don't talk to them. I don't care, blah, blah, blah. You're right. I don't care because they have not shown me a single time for any length of time that they deserve to be in my life. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to keep people around who don't deserve my kindness. I regret nothing. Live life with no regrets. It really, it's one of those things where when death does come knocking, hey, I'm ready to go. And I'm not gonna want to have changed anything in my life. So, damn, I just got real. All right.
I've got one question though for
Probably
you, Webby.
shouldn't let me go on rants like this.
I've got one question though for you, Webby.
Yeah. Is it a serious question or is it a joking question?
It's a serious question.
All right.
What if, death comes for you and you're like, I'm ready to go. And it's like, okay. Takes your hand and then all you start hearing is smooth jazz.
Man.
Are you still ready to go?
Well, I know I'll be going to hell at that point.
But you're actually, plot twist, you're going to heaven, but heaven's just full of smooth jazz.
No, it wouldn't be, though.
What
Yeah.
if death comes to you and says it's time and you take his hand and it starts playing? Never gonna give you up.
I just got rickrolled by death?
Yep.
Oh, man, death's getting a beat down. I'm going to make him take me then. I'm going to, if I was like, dude, you just rickrolled me, you're not really good at that. I'm going to be fucking, I'll rip off his arm and I'll beat him with it. My mom had another saying growing up when we were kids. Anytime we back talked or, had some form of, like if we were giving her sass or whatever, she'd look at us and say, don't make me rip out your tongue and beat you with the bloody end. Yeah, it was good times. I love you, Ma.
Oh, hey, listeners! In case you didn't know, your tongue knows what it's like to lick something if you just look
Devin,
at it.
Yeah. So I saw this on Facebook, and it fucking literally blew my mind and changed the way I think about everything now. Okay,
Okay.
You're sitting in your room right now, right, Devin?
Yup.
Look at anything in your room and think about what it would be like to lick it. Your tongue knows the texture of every single thing you look at without needing to lick it. Mind explosion.
Yup.
Am I wrong, though? Like, look at your blanket. You know in your mind what it would feel like to lick that without licking it.
Yeah, not taste. You don't know what it tastes like, but your tongue knows what the texture feels like.
No,
texture-wise.
Understandable. So hear me out.
Don't tell me it's your brain. It's not. It's your tongue.
I already told him.
Yeah, and I refuse to believe it.
No, not that. It's just realistically, I do think that works because I think there is I don't want to say like finite, but there is enough of you have experience in life and your brain has, through other senses, have experienced the texture of things, period. You know what I mean? So your brain can kind of plug in the gaps. I do think though, like if you break down like it to like the like smallest details, that you won't really 100% know until you lick it.
Nah, I'm pretty sure you still know.
And if you want me to go like even further and make it even more of like a crazy fun thing, then you are basically just said. So to all you homophobic people out there, since you have looked at your own penis, you know what it's like to lick a penis. Congratulations.
Well, you would know what
Well-
it feels like.
Right. So I'm saying you would know what that feels like. So congratulations out there.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of angry homophobes running around now, waving their hands violently.
Don't listen to us again, then. I don't know. It just blew my
Another-
mind because I started looking at literally everything on my desk, like even from like my pill containers, like the caps on them that have like little ridges. It's like, oh, I know
Webby.
exactly what that would
Webby.
feel like licking that.
Webby just slowly turns to Matilda.
I know. I could. I would look at Matilda and it's like I know exactly what it would feel like to lick you this time.
Well, to be fair, I know what it's like to bite my dog because I straight up told him, if you bite me, I'm going to bite you. He bit me, so I bit him back. And then he never bit me again.
Well, oh.
So, dog training 101.
So yeah, so we went from my little
I asserted
tangent
my dominance.
to tongue
But-
tasting thing.
Before we move on, though, I have another little sciencey corner thing that's along the same lines as the tongue thing. Did you all know that we actually see upside down, and our brain corrects it for us?
I did
Nope.
know that.
That I did know because of how the cones in our eyes receive light.
Yeah.
We technically we get like mirrored flipped images, and then our brain flips them right side up. But technically, how the cones in our eyes see things, we get mirrored flipped images.
Yeah. They did an experiment on it. They gave people lenses that made everything turn upside down. And then after 2 weeks, their brains corrected it so they would see right side up even with the lenses on. And then if they took the lenses off, they would see upside down again.
This is what Apple told us the other day.
Yeah. I know, I'm sharing
I'll
it with
believe it
listeners.
when
I thought
I
it was
see it.
interesting.
Upside down. I do believe it, but I honestly like that part of my brain just wants to be the stubborn one that says, "Oh yeah, prove it." And then when you do, it's like, "Oh, you're right."
You're stubborn. Oh yeah, prove it. But ice giants exist without proof.
Ice giants exist because they haven't been proven that they don't.
You haven't proven that we don't see upside down.
I'm proving to myself that I don't see upside down by not seeing upside down. See?
I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you
I see
and your
things-
scientific methods.
I see things upside right every day of my life. But if you brought me through the process, because I do believe in the science behind this, this is the first time that I agree with what you're saying, but I would actually I want somebody to bring me through that process kind of thing.
I will see if those lenses are available online.
Okay. Because I would like to see what it's like to see things upside down without just going upside down. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Well, with that being said, Rob, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Confessor_X, and you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/ConfessorX.
And Devin, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at DMP_Pookie. You can find me on Twitch at MrD3. And as always, you can find me on eBay staring at things to figure out the texture they are when I lick them.
That's right. And as always, everybody, thank you for listening. And you guys can follow me on Twitter at JaxForestWalker, all one word, and upside right. And on Twitch at DMWebby. And on eBay at Going Upside Down, staring at Devin, wondering what he would look like in my natural vision of being upside down. Is he really standing on the ceiling at that point? Who knows? All right. Until next week, fuck Booster Gold.
Fuck Booster Gold. And stop eating all the Honey Crisps. Just imagine what it would feel like to lick them, that's all. And then
What?
just,
Honey
yeah.
Crisps? That's a cereal.
No, that's the apple Honey
You-
Crisp. Did I
Yeah,
say
you said
something
Honey
different?
Crisps. You said stop eating all the Honey Crisps.
Yeah, that's what they're called, Honey Crisps. What did I say before? No, the apple.
Oh, you just called... I don't think you called them Honey Crisps. I think you just called them... I don't remember what you called them, Val, but you didn't say Honey Crisps.
Well, they're Honey Crisps.
I think you said Golden Delicious.
No, I didn't say Golden Delicious. I might have said Golden Crisp, but it's Honey Crisp.
Yeah, I think you
Okay.
said Golden Crisps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Honey Crisp is the apple everyone's after. It's not. Golden Delicious. I mixed up Golden Delicious and Honey Crisp.
Oh man.
The Honey Crisp is the bad one. Stop eating Honey Crisps.
Yeah, Golden Delicious are the best apples.
Yeah, eat Golden Delicious.
Yeah, eat more of those fuckers.